Welcome back, everyone, to Poppin' Often with Lofted. Today, it's a very special day. Hey. We get to have Rufus back on the game. Rufus, the bad boy, gunslinger, bop. I'm just saying, he is back. I'm hyped. I'm happy. You're happy. I hope you're happy. We're going to be talking about what skills I think are the best to take. We're going to be talking about how he functions. We're going to be talking about everything. I mean, we're going to be just doing it. One of the key things to note is that they did remove his teleport up Z teleport. So if you guys played back then, they removed his Z up Z. That was a janky move in itself, and you had to time it precisely for it to work anyway. It was more of a hindrance than an actual useful ability. So the fact that it got taken away wasn't really doing much. He still has his evade backwards, and he still has his teleport, and it doesn't even have a cooldown. So that's really good. Of course, if you guys want to have first day access to these guides for every single character, make sure you join that Poppin' Often with Lofted Club. All right, so we're gonna go through the abilities that are actual abilities, and then we're gonna go through the techniques. Remember, abilities are the ones that have the camera zoomed in and the invincibility frame, and the techniques are the things that just are automatic skills, no frame, no zoom in frame. So these are the 5 abilities here. Let's go test them. All right, so we have this. Oh, he's a clap pulp rise. We'll have this one. Boom. That used to actually shoot you across the map, I think, back in the day. That one did too. It used to blast you across the map. Then we have this one. Nostalgia. We have this one. Clean. And then these are his 2 tech abilities. So we have this one. Pretty good for setup. And then we have this one. So it pretty much catches them in the air. And one thing I want to talk about with the tech abilities is that Rufus always, the way that he played, you always had to animation cancel your abilities. So the way you're able to animation cancel nowadays is you have to cancel it with another ability. It can't be a tech. So as an example, I can't do this ability and then skill, right? You see, I can't press the tech skills. They don't allow you to animation cancel with tech anymore. The only way you can animation cancel is with another ability. So even when I do a tech, I can't cancel with another tech. So I'm gonna use A as a tech, and then S is gonna be the other tech, right? I can't cancel it. It has to end before I can do anything. The only way you can actually do it is if you use an ability. So we'll use the tech and then we'll use the ability. So as you can see, I'll use the tech ability and I'll be able to cancel it with a real ability. So here we go. Tech, real ability. You see how it goes together? It doesn't work the other way around. The only way you can animation cancel is if you use an ability after whatever skill you use, which is kind of gutting Rufus in a way because that's how he always played in PvP with his tech abilities. Now within dungeons, it doesn't really matter. You don't really need to have your tech abilities, but it's just very strange to not be able to do that. So hopefully like sometime down the line, they can put animation cancel back into the game so that a lot of these AP characters can actually use their animation cancels. Now back to the skill tree, everything is pretty linear. You just take everything. All right, now we're at second job. Once again, we'll go through his regular abilities and then we'll go through his tech abilities. All right, so for a second job, he has 3 abilities. Here we go. That's his first one. Causes bleed. It's a crescent sweep. It's a full ability. Second one is social cycles. Once again, it's crazy how all these abilities used to knock you across the map, but they made it so you're not knocked across the map anymore. It's pretty interesting. He's not the only character that has that. A lot of other characters can't knock people across the map anymore. Honestly, it's a good thing. Now, Nether Blade is pretty interesting. It used to be, once you level it up, you can only use the level 2 version. They made it now so you can pick between the first one and the second one. Here's an example. So if I tap it once, he does level 1. If I tap it twice, he does level 2. So as you'll see, I'll tap it twice here. So 1, and then I press it again for 2. I think that's a pretty interesting way to play the game, and I think this is huge because not only does this show that they might do this for other characters, where you can have more than just 3 abilities or 4 or 5. You can have 6, 7, 8 because if you press it again, you could do it again. Also, this goes to show if they add new characters, maybe they'll have stuff like this too. So this is actually a really big breakthrough because this was never a thing. I wonder how many characters will be able to do that to going on forward. Once again, his skill tree is pretty linear. The rest of this stuff is just pretty much damage, it's movement. It's pretty linear. There's not really much to Rufus's second job. Now let's move on to his third job. So once again, Rufus's third job, like Rufus was just all about combos and how you put things together. The fact that you can't animation cancel hurts so much for me. It doesn't make the character bad in PvE. It's never been a problem. But like for PvP, that ruined a lot of skill expression with Rufus. So I really do hope they do fix that in the long run. We have his F. Okay, that's one skill. Then we have this one right here. I love that move, man. This dude's sick. And then we have two of his tech abilities. So we have this one. And then we have this one. Once again, you're able to pop out more based on how much you hit the button. Once again, that was never a thing. This drop box never appeared like that. You had to just count in your head. So I'm glad that they had a visual representation about how much you can use and how much you have left and whatnot. All right, and last but not least, we do have his force job here. Once again, we'll start with the abilities and then we'll go into the text. So we have this one, Expunge. Well, actually, we'll start with the other one. So we have Shatter. Then we have Expunge. Even within that move, you can see Rufus throw a whole bunch of other stuff out. It's so sad that they took away the animation cancel, and I really, really hope that they bring that back, because that's what made Rufus Rufus. Okay, there's one, and then the other one shoots it backwards. So, I mean, it's just like a quick way to turn. I don't really think it's necessary, but you know, it is what it is. All right, now let's talk about what abilities to use for PvP and what abilities to use for PvE. Now, when we're going to play PvE, so when we're dungeoning, I don't recommend using any techs aside from Netherblade. Netherblade is very, very good because it causes bleed out. But everything else, you should be using abilities. Now, all the abilities are fine to pick from. None of that bad, none of that good. It's literally just, you pick what you need. Remember though, you don't want to have a lot of 90 consumption abilities. You want to have short abilities. I recommend always having Pulverize in every single job. It is a very short cooldown. It's not a lot of mana, or not a lot of AP, and it allows you to be invincible for a really, really, really long time when you are playing. You can dodge a lot. So that's the only thing that I recommend in PvE. The rest, you can take whatever you want. His damage isn't really that insane on different abilities. I think they did a really good job with Rufus. The only issue is that he was really known for animation canceling, as I said before, and I'll always keep saying, but they took that out, so he kind of performs differently. As long as you have Pulverize in your skill setups, you should be fine. You don't really need to have any special abilities like the other jobs. Rufus is very linear. He's very straightforward. Pick what you have fun with. That's pretty much all it comes down to. Now, as far as PvP goes, you might not want Pulverize. In PvP, you want a little bit of a shorter skill time because a lot of Rufus's abilities keeps him stuck. As I said before, he can't animation cancel anymore. So you want to make sure that you're not stuck all the time when you are finished with your abilities. So very, very short things like Empower. Very, very short things like Soul Shackles. Very short things like even Howling Yell is fine because it shoots you from behind. Bloody Gust is kind of okay too. It's very, very quick and smooth. Like, as long as you have quick and smooth abilities into your skill tree, you should be okay. But remember, when we're playing PvP, we want to have what? We want to have at least 2 techs and 3 abilities, or 3 techs and 2 abilities. Okay? That's kind of what you want to do. But you have to know how to play it properly. I recommend with Rufus though, maybe not like that because his abilities don't really go together that well. It's not as smooth as it used to be because you can't animation cancel. So it's on you to be very, very creative with it. Now, if you guys do want a Rufus skill tree guide for like PvP, like PvP combos for like the characters, I never really made any. So if you guys want like a video of like PvP combos for the characters and whatnot, I don't mind making a little showcase about it. Maybe you guys can get your ideas from there. But yeah, as far as like now goes, as long as you have that, you'll be okay. Just keep in mind you can't animation cancel unless you use an ability. Okay? So that's pretty much for Rufus's skill tree. It's very straightforward. It's very linear. There's not really much to him. There's no skill tree. There's no like passives. There's no shared skill trees. It's just straightforward, nice. He's just cool. I mean, I love Rufus. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys did learn something. Like I said, the fact that there's no animation cancels makes this skill tree very, very easy to talk about and very, very easy to just go through. In PvE, don't use any like tech abilities really, and in PvP, use whatever you want, but just make sure your skills are short. He doesn't really have much flexibility because he can't animation cancel. They kind of put him into the ground on that one. But once again, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you guys want to be a part of the Poppin' Often with Lofton Club, make sure you click that join link down below. Until next time, you'll always say, thank you for what? Popping often. Will often.